Hello and welcome to Beyond the Rift. I'm your host, Dean Machine. This is my co-host, Revel, who I cannot smack today and make him stop things, so it can be a very unfortunate circumstance in that regard.
Today I am joining you guys from Atlanta. I am down here for some work, but I have a green screen. That's how we roll.
Yep.
So it's going to
Green
be fun.
screen it up in a hotel.
It's going to be an interesting video, and
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm
Yes, it will.
excited.
Oh, he is so excited, especially because it's quiet, warm, and non-smoky.
Oh, I know, right?
Joining us today is Cooper. Cooper, say hello. You're muted.
What's up?
Starting off the show with a bang, Cooper.
Yeah,
He's just getting ready for the rest of the show to not say anything like he normally does. Very nice, very nice. And then PonPon, wait, from Curse Gaming. Yay, I ask him things when he's drinking because I am a polite man, and I do things like that.
hello, everyone.
And
Yay,
then,
PonPon.
and then, of course, everyone knows Mr. Drybear from casting and saying things in YouTube.
Awesome. And YouTube.
That's really all I do is I just say things.
It is all you do.
That's the core of it all.
It is. The man that voices over the top 5 and video edits top 5, and I gather plays for the top 5 and throw them at him and be like, here, do it. I command thee.
Great job.
Yes.
Sometimes I catch him, sometimes I drop him on accident. He just keeps throwing the plays, though.
Yes.
That's
yes.
right. They're young. They bounce.
Some days it's like this week particularly was like, go look at the top 5 responses and there's like 3. I'm like, no, and one of them didn't work. So it's like, great, time to go hunting. Yeah, that takes a long time. So submit your top 5 plays. I'll keep spamming that link throughout the day.
Top 5. Submit your top 5 plays to us. You can go to BL Gaming and find that link. And yeah.
Yes. So, PonPon, how are you doing today? How has things been since PAX?
I've been doing good. I've been relaxing, just kind of chilling. Nothing really super special has happened. Oak scratched the crap out of me before we started. I have a Band-Aid.
Well, that is super special. I mean,
He's been weird lately.
Your cat, my cat just recently tried to eat our rabbit, so we had to none of that now. So the cat became a wet cat as it got thrown outside into the rain because the weather.
Wait, you had a rabbit inside?
Yes, we have a rabbit now. You haven't been over since we got the rabbit.
My dog went out and found a rabbit in the backyard,
Is
ripped
it-
off its head, and ate it.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, I mean, it's good for the dog. I guess it was
I was
tasty.
proud of him.
Awesome.
I mean, honestly, blood for the blood god, so
Yeah,
I was like, good
he
boy.
ate it. Yes, I wouldn't mind if the cat ate a rabbit, just as long as it's not the one we like pet and say, "Oh, you're so cute."
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
We had a
That'd be
jumping
good.
choya in the backyard at my house up at my old house I used to live at, and my dog thought they were alive because they'll move and like stick to you, and so he would actually like pick fights with cactus. He'd lose every time. But he'd pick fights with cactus.
Cooper, you don't have any animals, do you?
I have I think he's like a 45-pound cat. He's,
You have a
pretty
tiger?
lazy. Does
Or
no
is-
hunting.
Or is he just fat?
No, he's really fat. Like,
Yeah.
45 pounds and not a mountain lion.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, so I guess we'll jump into our Smite discussion of the week. Yes. Because on the show we do talk about Smite, not about cats and dogs and bears and rabbits. And lions, oh my!
And bears.
I
Going
said
to the
bears.
zoo.
We do have bears on the show, though, so
Yeah.
at the rather parched.
Only one, though.
Yes, we have
Only one.
Yes, one bear.
only one. And he is not wet.
No, he is not wet, because it is over in California. Anyway, so what was first on our docket today? I didn't even look at the schedule thus far. Oh, patch
like
notes. So there was a
patch?
small, teeny tiny little patch. It was more of a hotfix. And with this
Itty bitty
lovely...
patch.
What?
Itty bitty patch.
Yeah. They fixed a lot of issues, they said. And they said Aphrodite, they said, and then they said we'd rather go sailing. But, continuing on without the bad Warcraft 2 references, they fixed an issue with sometimes Aphrodite's Undying Love would not work properly. Drain Life fixed an issue for Arachne. Wow. I'm going to speak in like sentences that go from like start to finish and not like middle to beginning to end. Where Arachne had a drain life
I wish
problem.
you looked there.
Do what? Thank you. Fixed an issue with Arachne's detaching from the enemy, Bastet's cat call. Fixed issues dealing animations for Bastet's cats, death animations. And fixed a crash condition with weaves and weave abilities in solo practice modes for Neath.
I kind of
Which-
want to know what that bug was. Like, how did the weaves cause the crash
I don't know.
in solo practice
Yeah.
modes?
There's a small bug that I experienced today, which was the thank you, I am Yoda Machine. Ulting as Neath, and I fired, and she didn't fire, and I stood up, and there was still no firing, so I clicked again, and it finally shot! It's like, yes! I can shoot and run, apparently. Now,
For some reason, whenever Sun Wukong dies to the second middle turret, he becomes giant and takes up the entire screen. So I get, he becomes the sky boss for like his death animation. So that's the best bug I've seen.
That's a
Right
joke,
now.
right?
No, that actually
Hey.
has happened.
Oh my
Wow.
I was
god.
playing it last night and he died. He like died the second middle turret, and like he died and he just exploded into giant size.
Were you streaming? Did you get footage?
I wasn't streaming. No.
Oh,
Damn.
giant monkey.
was it a replay?
I mean, you could probably because I think all my games are spectatable because I'm like top 20.
Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out.
When was it?
I'll have to. It was last night. I can find it right now.
Please let us know. We'll jump
Is
in and
that
look at it.
Thor skin in the right corner? Yes, I do.
Yes, it
believe
is a Thor skin. If you are looking at this lovely big ol' Thor, which I will grab and make bigger.
It may
So-
say Blood Eagle, but it's actually Blood Angel. He's a Space Marine.
Yep.
I'm still gonna call him Iron Man.
There, we'll put the big Thor on right in between everybody.
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
with like the actual lighting that the game will use on him.
I know, right? It's gonna look awesome.
It will, with shadows and all that stuff. This is just taking the model and we got a little rotation done for it. Because there are no bones on the model yet either, so he is strictly a static image that looks like that.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, yeah, other than that, what other issues did they fix? Sending friend requests, stuff like that. Some audio cutout issues, effects not playing properly in the solo practice mode. They were very focused on the solo practice mode, apparently. And some issues where some god death animations would not play. Like I saw several times where Hercules would just stand there and sink into the ground. He's just
Only
like,
when he's killed by Hades, though.
yes, yes. Did anybody experience the crash issue or with the matches ending around the 60-minute mark? Where they're just randomly stopped?
Once, yeah.
Did it just
I
like
guess,
kick
like,
everybody
this-
out?
It like you know the bug where it'll kick you to the lobby.
Yeah.
It kind of just does that.
Okay. Kinda? I mean,
so
does it
you
like
can-
give you a kiss
There's
before
one
it does?
time where like only 6 people disconnected, and us 4 were able to play for a little bit, and we could actually talk to the people who had disconnected and weren't in the game anymore. It was really strange. And then it kicked us all like 2 minutes later, and then I got 30-minute deserter, and I was like, okay, it's fine. I just won't play for 30 minutes.
It sounds like some what is that game you played? Dang it.
Step
Stepmania. There we go. It's like
Yeah,
Stepmania.
Stepmania.
time.
for a while.
At Stepmania.
Now,
Well,
have
it was
you
like
played?
2 patches ago too? Like you would get 3v5s, and then everyone could all chat and see each other.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. PonPon, do you ever play Osu?
Os, yeah.
Okay. Os. I always call it
I've
Osu.
played it. I used to be okay, and then I decided that I was gonna like learn how to actually use high mouse sensitivity for gaming. But the problem with that is I cannot play Os anymore because like I just fly around.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
How do
like,
you
to
do
move my
high
mou-
sensitivity for Smite? Like, because of the character rotation and the axis it's on.
I don't know, like if you were like, here's this Kali thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me moving across a quarter of this would move my mouse across the screen.
Damn, boy.
Like, that's how sensitive I have my mouse.
Wow.
Like you
Wow.
sneeze on it and you look down and then you sneeze on it again and you look behind you.
Oh yeah, if my cat jumps up on the keep, like if you ever like watch my stream, my cat jumps up, you'll see my mouse like go flying.
It sounds like fun.
Wow, dude.
How does
Wow.
it? Did you do a lot of? I mean, obviously you do a lot of very precision movements. Is it just you?
Just a lot of practice. I really like high sensitivity.
Yeah, I'd say so. Jeez.
He's practicing from when all he has to do is think about it and it happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Soon you will just
That's
sit there
the
and play like this. And you'll have your
Really
hands
want,
behind
like-
your head.
Something that'll
They
make
had
your brain
those-
melt. Look at Shing's keyboard setup.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Oh,
What is?
What's
I
he
don't even
got?
know how he does that. He moves with the arrow keys and he uses his numpad for like ability usage.
What?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I can see it. I used
Ow.
to. Okay, well, back when I was playing,
Like,
back when I was
It's like
playing
back in the old
competitive,
FPS.
competitive Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, I played with only a keyboard. I never even used the mouse.
Wow.
The first-person shooter with only keyboard. Mice to move, or sorry, not mice to move. Arrows to move, and pause, page up and page down to look up and down, and then control and space to fire and jump.
the heck?
And I won a first place in a tournament too, like that. Got a $1,500
What the
computer.
yeah, he didn't know that you could use a mouse. There it is, guys.
There it is. There's the skin key. Skin. There. Now it zooms in, and people
Yeah.
will pause the stream right now and type it in as
Oh,
fast
man.
as they can.
Here we go. Here we go.
There it is. Type, type, type.
There it is.
It's gone.
It is gone. It is gone. People will be waiting
Wow, that was
anxiously
awesome.
for this VOD to come up, and they'll be like, "Gotta fast forward. Gotta find that part. I didn't have enough time to write it down. Screenshot." Everybody's hitting their pause break or their print screen key
I
furiously.
still have like 20 of them.
Mhm.
I still got the giant stack.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like we
Yeah,
we would
all
like
of ours,
take entire
disappeared.
we would like take entire piles off the table, and they would just like bring out a box that had like 50 more stacks, and like just
Yeah.
put another one on the table.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they had like a shitload of those.
They had a
Why
lot.
do you
Yeah.
guys just give them out at the end?
They had like 5. Well, they're going to use them
I
throughout the
think they
year.
ran out, didn't they?
No,
Okay.
no, no, no. They had several more boxes. They're going to use them throughout the year for like all the different events they go to. So don't be sad if you don't get one right now, because they'll be using them at any future events, any future streams. Bart will be giving them away on his stream, etc., stuff like that. So do not
I mean,
be
a year's
sad.
worth of codes is a pretty crazy amount.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot. So, well then. So anybody have any input on the patch? I mean, it was mostly bug fixing.
Yeah, I mean, just good
I'm,
good job on
there's
their
one
part.
bug that I wasn't sad. Although that was sad that didn't get fixed.
What's that?
What?
It's the Shibalanke one. I haven't actually tested. They might have like fixed it, but like didn't say it.
Mhm.
Shibalanke has a bug where he'll double attack.
Really? When?
Like you know, dancing on hell.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing with this one.
Oh, okay. So that's why you're
Turning it
here.
on and off really fast.
Yeah, you turn on like like it looks like you're shooting 3 auto attacks, but like 2 land.
Interesting. That's why when I was spectating that one match over in the casual competitive tournament, that dude was just whoa, wow, 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 all the time. I was like, "Stop it! It's annoying!" But you can't hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, quick question, speaking of fixes, do you guys ever experience, I think it should be a lot more fluent. When you're hitting someone in turret range, and you back out of turret, and you go back in the distance, it focuses you again, even if there's no dot on them, but it stays on you for like another, I want to say like
Yeah.
a second and a half.
Yeah,
I
like-
think that should be fixed.
Until
Yeah.
it chooses a new target. Yeah, until it's time for its cycle again to shoot another shot, it won't untarget you.
Right,
Yeah.
but the cycle should be a lot quicker, I feel, unless you have a dot on them.
Well, I think the bigger problem is sometimes you will just walk into turret range with minions there, and the tower's like, I don't care to shoot these minions here, I'm shooting you.
Yeah.
That literally happened in a match. Like, I was a full health Loki, we were just gonna go start Aing the tower. I walk in, and the turret just started shooting me, and I died for it.
Yeah, I had that
Yeah,
just not too long ago play, and I was just, following the minions in. It shot like 2 of the minions, and then it's like, "You're under attack by the tower." I'm like, "Why?
Yeah.
Go away, tower! I didn't do anything to
Like,
you."
when you go in, the tower focuses you, but when someone's tower diving you, they'll take its sweet time attacking all the minions, and then
Yeah.
eventually attack them. You're like, come on, please, I'm dying.
Exactly. That's how it always works. Whenever it's for you, the game's always against you. Learn this now, all you new people. The game is always against you. It's never your fault, right? Right?
Speak for yourself. I have PonPon luck.
Yes,
Get away
you
with
do.
everything.
Yes, you
Are you
do.
gonna start marketing that and sell it out to the masses?
Sell it as a product.
Maybe like a monthly subscription or something?
No, what you
I
need to do is
explained the secret.
Oh man.
just run water over your hand and let it go into a cup, and then sell it as bottles of PonPon luck. That you rinse off your hands.
Bottled hand washing water.
Yes.
Ugh.
I didn't say you had to drink it. You can just hold it.
Just hold it.
Take a
Yeah.
shower in it.
Yeah. Just pour
Pour
it.
it over
Just
your head.
ritualistically baptize yourself with it. Oh, that's great.
Put it in your contacts and then wear it for the whole game.
Yeah, that would be great. Oi. So, PonPon, what did you think of the jousting against the best?
Oh man.
As your Freya.
Freya's not a good mid for that reason.
Not a good
She
mid.
gets out pushed.
So
I can't
explain
do
to
anything.
explain to the masses why Freya is not overpowered in Joust.
She can get out pushed early. And so if you just spend the entire time pushing her against the tower, eventually you can just take the tower without her ever being able to safely engage on you. As long as you buy an early Aegis and you don't play silly and you like stay around your minions, it'll take her a good 10 minutes to get enough power to clear that minion wave. And by then you'll have a huge lead. I mean, a lot of people will just overextend and start trying to poke me and trade with me, and that's really not what you want to do.
Ah,
Yeah,
see.
you don't trade with PonPon.
no.
Yeah, Drybear jousted me.
What? I don't remember
How'd that
that.
go?
He
What are you
actually,
talking
I think you got first blood on me, right?
Yeah, I did.
You got first blood on me, and then I proceeded to get 6 straight kills.
This is what you're talking about, so you give him praise.
Oh man. Yeah, I adjusted last the other day too, and he turned me into a baby. It was just bad. I was trolling him the whole time just for entertainment purposes, but he was just destroying my life.
Actually, I have to start jousting more because I'm going to be playing mid next week for Curse.
Oh.
Great.
Oh, really? What's the best doing?
Because Best has he has ACT testing,
Oh.
so he can't actually play on the DWO tournament. And so we're going to bring Zero Garza in to play with Shadow Q, and then I'll go mid.
Ah, interesting.
Mhm.
That sounds nice. Have you guys been practicing with this comp lately,
Nope,
or?
not at all.
Oh, good.
Because
So,
this week we don't have to. It's next week.
right. So next week is everyone else's time to shine. That's what
Yep.
it is. Take advantage of Curse's slight change up in roster.
I'll get
Good.
to AFK farm mid for 20 minutes, and then hopefully everyone's ahead.
Yes. If you need any tips, ask Scytheman, and he'll just tell you to put a rock on your keyboard.
Mhm.
Yes, precisely.
I'll just play Ao Kwang.
Make it even worse. Make it even more boring.
Mhm.
So, I want your guys' opinions on Apollo a week later.
Yes. What do you guys? 1 week later, Apollo.
I think he's a little weak.
Little weak.
I think he's a little weak. I think on the first day I played him twice, and I made the statement that he's probably the weakest AD carrier at the moment. And I said that by also saying I need to play him more before I really confirm that. And I think he is weak, but not the weakest. He's really
Yeah.
good at pub stomping.
Who is the
Yeah.
Would you
weakest?
say is the weakest? Yeah.
Probably Cupid.
Yeah, I'll agree
The
with
main
that.
reason is he every god has a steroid, and his steroid's tied to his escape, which is a big problem.
Yeah. Should be. You'd have to use it more of as an engage. There we go.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want to do.
Well, it's kind of one of the downsides of Apollo too. Is his CC is melee range, and his dash is kind of again with the movement speed and the debuffing. You kind of have to expose yourself to use Apollo correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how?
Cupid's not. I don't think any of the range ADs are bad per se. It's just if I had to rank them, I'd say Cupid's probably the worst on there, just because he has a weak early laning phase and he doesn't have a good steroid for himself.
I do know that Apollo's he just runs all over the place. He will run in and out. He's hard to pin down. Because even if you get right next to him, mesmerize, and then
Then he's gone.
I mean, I would say though that for me, at least in my playstyle, he's probably the funnest god that's come out in a long time. He's weak.
He
but
is
he's
a lot of
really
fun. Yeah, he is a lot of fun.
I've been having far too much fun with Neith lately. I love her. Scytheman
PonPon,
finally
would you
showed
say,
how to play Neith mid properly. Oh, it's great.
Neither it's fun.
It is. It is. I was just eating up Poseidons because they kept running Poseidon mid. So I couldn't really complain.
Oh yeah.
What were you saying,
He'll
Cooper?
just eat a Poseidon.
I was gonna ask Pon, does he think Neith is the best AD carry in the game right now?
No.
No?
Who is?
I think the best AD carry in the game right now is a toss-up between Xbalanque and on her. And then Neith is quickly following them. Neith's good, but I think on her and Xbalanque are just still too good.
Would you take Xbalanque mid, or you think that's like Neith only mid that's decent?
The reason why she's good mid is because she's not as mana wasteful as all the other ones, and she actually has 4 damaging skills. All her skills do damage,
Yeah.
which no other range AD has. So she actually has a lot of wave clearing,
Yeah.
more so than most other.
Do the backflip and then the arrow through the weave and clear a whole wave. Yeah. Drybear, do you have an opinion on Apollo a week later?
I mean, I think everyone went through the same process where like they first play and they're like, this guy is really bad. But he has a good animation. I like his attack animation. I like his damage output. I think they need to possibly put more mana consumption on his ultimate and then make him do more damage. So it's like not him flying around the map. Like he's like baby amount of weak. Like he's not like underpowered. He's just not in a good place type thing.
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable, Pon, for a change to make him a little better?
Yeah, I also think another possible problem is his one. It has a really long wind-up.
Yeah,
It does. I can see it coming and dodge it pretty easily. So, yeah. Did you hear... Are they going to be changing Neith's backflip? I heard them talking about that lately. Has anybody heard about that?
I think the rumor was that it has been bugged all along, and it's supposed to have like a decent startup animation. It just never has had it. Like, I heard that rumor. I don't know how true that is.
That'd make me sad. I like that backflip of instant casting.
Everyone
You
likes
just
that
get out
backflip
of everything.
once you're up against it.
Especially when you're going against the Sobek and something like that.
I wouldn't
Great.
mind a longer cast time to start it, but like a quicker, like you're able to use skills quicker when you land. Because right now, like when you like land, like you can't even use your one for a long time.
That is true. Yeah. I agree.
I don't think she's really problematic. Though. I think she's like, pretty balanced right now.
So along with this thing with a new gun a week later, what do you guys like PonPon and Drybear things that you've been seeing? Portals. How have they been going for you guys? Like, have you messed with them, used them, seen them in any interesting comps? What have you been trying with them?
I want to use portals. I really do. Portals are fun.
Yes, they are.
There's no reason to like because you're skipping out on sprint, Aegis, beads, girdle, or hand.
Yeah.
Those are your options, and like I can't possibly justify swapping out one of them because I mean in proper team play, you're probably already all in position anyway. And if you're not in proper position, you just wait the 5 seconds. You don't need to lose an ability slot to like make up for it.
True.
So
Yeah, that's what most people are saying, that it was going to be really overpowered, but like the biggest thing, like PonPon said, is you're sacrificing a slot to get it, which is like the biggest downside you could possibly look for. And I think if Portal was going to be useful, it would have to be useful now, because the longer it's out and the more people expect it, they're going to start learning that if they look at the enemy team like, oh, this guy's a Portal, they're going to start checking buff camps, checking Fire Giant camp as they pass through the jungle. And if they're constantly thinking about it ahead of time, they're going to blow up your Portal just by like casual, muscle memory than you just being able to put a portal anywhere you want. And it doesn't really have like the late game use that you would have. Like Hand of the Gods gives you a good early game, and then you can use it for objective clearing and securing in the mid game if you're playing support tank. And I don't know, I've seen some people pick it up at mid, which I think is a terrible idea. Like it's cute, but it's like you should never buy anything to replace good gameplay mechanics or fundamentals, like pushing the lane before you leave, or anything to control the mid lane. If you're trying to replace that kind of gameplay mechanic by getting a portal, then you're just going to miss out on even more in the mid game. So I don't think you should even be buying it mid at all.
It's lazy is what it is. It's the equivalent of buying a teleport scroll so that you can just teleport back to lane instead of running back. Like if you're not timing your backs properly, you're not pushing the wave. You should have the wave cleared and your side camps cleared, and then you run back to lane and you'll be there when the next wave's there. Like you don't need portal to do that.
Yeah, it's timed well enough. Well,
I just think it's too weak. Like maybe if they, I don't know. Like it's hard because it's okay, but it's just too much of a sacrifice. Like they need to make it stronger to make it like viable to replace good items. Like maybe 2 people can teleport through it. So like a lane of 2 people can go, but then there's implications of that. It's hard.
What about a Scroll of Town portal?
Yeah.
Everybody goes. Or
I wouldn't mind a consumable rework of portal.
like a recall where you can call everybody from spawn to you or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
Only by choice, though. I don't want to be
That
forced.
would be-
Well, it'd be, I'd say everybody in the pool, so it's like we want everybody in left lane. You got to wait, however long going back time is, isn't it? Like 5 seconds?
Well, yeah, I think if you just made Portal a consumable, make it so it could teleport 2 to 3 people.
Yeah.
You can make it like an expensive consumable, but like you can like use it really effectively, really quickly.
Yeah. You'd be like, all right, we're going to...
They're doing Fire Giant, you just all respawn, your tank got there, toss on a portal, now suddenly you're all there.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe like a time window, kind of like Smoke and Deceit is used in Dota, something that you can buy that supports can get.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. That's what I've been seeing. I haven't been seeing them very much. Granted, I've been out here and haven't been playing as much as I would like, but,
Yeah. Tisk tisk. That's what you get for having
Yeah.
a real job.
I know, right?
I know. So,
We can't all be PonPon.
no, we can't all be PonPon. So I do want to ask you guys,
I have a real job.
what is it actually?
I do IT work.
Oh, okay.
Build servers, maintain servers, and make
Everyone here is an IT
computers
guy.
IT, go. It's so easy.
It is.
So
Yeah.
a funny IT
is.
joke was, your IT manager will think this is true, that 9 women can make 1 baby in a month. There you go.
Awful.
Yes. So I guess we want to ask the current state of Smite. Like, what do you guys think is, I guess I'll start off with, I think it's in a great place. It's very competitive. The games are very exciting. It's a very fast-paced game as of late. It's not that tank meta play passively, wait for something to happen for half an hour, where as we were having like maybe a month ago now. But it's definitely picked up the pace more and gotten more exciting. And that's my opinion. Anyone else? I guess Cooper, what do you think?
I mean, it kind of ties in with what I was going to say about the reasoning I think Portal was kind of introduced. It's game's definitely picked up. It's got a lot more exciting from the passive play. And I'm talking about competitive play, the tournaments and everything. But I think from watching them, they're a little bit too predictable, as in time-wise. Like you can say by this certain amount of minutes, this is going to happen around this area. It's very, very predictable. And I think with the reasoning for Portal was to create more creative plays, a lot more of those unpredictable strats that we're not seeing. So I think it's definitely a lot more exciting on the team fights. There's a lot of action, but I want to see a lot more creative plays, like 5 middle in a 10K tournament. So.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It didn't work out terribly well for him, but it was still awesome.
PonPon, what do you
How about
think?
you, PonPon?
The current state of the game, I like it overall. I wish it was a little more interesting, and I don't mean more aggressive. I liked what they were trying to do with Portal, and I think you went over that. I wish there was more strategies, because right now it's pretty much 2 tanks, a bruiser, mage, assassin. And then you have like 10 to 12 minutes is going to be your Gold Fury. Everyone's going to have their sprint beads Aegis. The tanks are going to have their girdle hand. And I think why the game is aggressive and the games are generally fun and like good to watch, you really rarely ever have low scoring games. I wish there was just a little more interesting strategies.
I think they'll come along as people will experience it. I mean, it's you guys and Root are like really the top 2 most dominant teams at the moment, and so you kind of control the strategies. As the newer teams come up, they're going to find creative ways to beat you, and that's what's going to happen. It's like they don't just want to play the standard game and beat you because you guys have that locked down. So they're going to really want to think, how can we abuse something that we may see as a flaw in their gameplay that you guys don't even see yet because nobody else has pointed it out.
Yeah,
It's-
and
I
then
think it's
hopefully
like a
that'll come along with
limitation.
time.
I think it's a limitation of available material as well. I mean, you look at a game like League of Legends, who has like over 3 times the god base or the champion base. I mean, when we're so limited on how many carries you can have, how many mids that are viable, how many tanks are useful in certain lineups. I mean, you're just so limited in this window of what you can pick. If you have like a lot of different characters, you look at League of Legends, it has so many different characters that can fit into different roles and do different things. That once you have that plethora of availability, then you can start making new strategies. But at this point, it's like if you pick like a character that's not as good as another character against a certain meta, it's not going to work out because it's just you don't have that strength, you don't have that availability.
Yeah. That's a very true statement too. Rebel?
Yeah, there's a ton of sites
Yeah.
that are like dedicated to like counter picking, like what gods counter what gods. And like right
Yeah.
now, like you can like say, Aphrodite has a decent counter to Loki because of knockback and immunity to that huge burst. But like, there's not like 5-6 gods that you can pick from. It's maybe one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's
not
it's
super
a good
defined.
point. Whenever you're trying to, you're trying to counter. You're like, all right, well, they're going to do something like this. So what are our options? Well, we could do one of these 2 or 3 things.
Yeah. It'll get
Not
so. I mean,
one
it'll
of
just get
these
better as the
10.
game gets older. Is the
Yeah.
general thing. So I mean, it's nothing really wrong with it right now. It'll just keep improving, which is a good thing. How many people have you guys noticed since PAX? I've gotten probably at least 10 people lately who was like, "Yeah, I just came over from League of Legends, saw the game at PAX, and it seems like fun, and here we are." I mean, that's a giant, massive influx of people. I would say.
Go on,
yeah, I
Reddit.
get that a lot in the Smite Games channel. Yeah, I'm on the Reddit too. Like, a ton of people like, I'm new. What do I do?
Drybear, you're
Get, like,
laughing as though
huge influx.
you have some
I'm laughing
personal
because
experience.
I get that at least 30 to 50 times a day.
Ah,
Whether it be like YouTube messages or Twitch messages or in game or whatever. It's like, I play Ari. What would I like to play in this game? Like, wow, that's a challenge.
Sorry, buddy.
But I think it's great, and I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of corollaries between the two games. I've recently been doing League of Legends gameplays on my Smite channel on YouTube just because I feel like I can bridge that gap a little bit and bring the characters over. And it's kind of the same thing that LoL did when they were in beta. Building off of the audience for Dota. And once you draw that corollary, that it's no longer the Smite's that game that we don't recognize. It's hey, there's a character that's kind of like this character I like, so I'm gonna play it. And the more they play it, the more they bring their friends type thing. So I mean, games are successful or not successful by word of mouth more than almost any other individual aspect. So I mean, I'm glad for it.
yeah, I will agree with that. One thing I noticed that Kennedy pointed out, I think last week or something, was on the League of Legends general discussion forums. Whenever League is patching, everybody's saying, "I'm off to play Smite." Or like it was last week. It was League's down, Smite's down. What do I do?
Yeah, I see a lot of those more
Yeah.
often.
That's awesome.
So
hi-rez and Riot dicks.
I wonder if that is really aggravating Riot. Like, there's so many Smite threads in our in our forums. What is this?
It's
Well, I know
it's
they
probably
used
more
to
like
ban
a
like
fly
home
landed
threads.
on them.
Yeah,
They used to close the threads, and now I see them staying open. But
might be because they're putting them faster than they can
Those,
close them.
well, those forums, there's an entire new page of topics in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You could post something, and unless it's really interesting to the community, it's gone.
It's like
So.
B. You don't like what's on B right now? Just hit F5.
Yep.
Pretty much. Well, cool.
New God.
New God.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I know very little. We couldn't get any models or anything that were released. That's what I had the data miners trying to do, but there's nothing
Yeah.
out quite yet.
Somebody
Yeah, it was
released
tricky.
a week ago his skill set along with his picture. So
It's really weird that it's a he. Like, I want to say she.
Yeah.
I know he's a he, but like, man, it's gonna be so hard.
It's like, why is Chun-Li a guy?
Yeah, exactly. Because I saw that that Smite Wiki picture that it's the outline. It's like, hey, look, it's Chun-Li, and it's a guy. This is awkward. Why do they need bonds on their head?
Yeah,
That-
where is that right
What
now?
else do we have?
I don't even know.
Niza.
Niza or
It's Neja?
Nish-
Neja?
Naja?
Naji?
Naja?
Naji? I think it's
Something
Naji.
like that.
neat.
Is it?
Naji.
Yeah.
Najee. Just say it quickly.
Yes.
Oh,
Naji.
Najee.
Yeah, apparently the
Chinese
most we
girl.
know is like her skill names and that she's melee.
Okay. She's a melee.
Yeah.
So is this maybe another assassin? Is that what the skill set looks like?
Cool.
She has armillary sash, so I assume her sash is like she might get like a ranged auto attack or some form of like Ares one or like a pull or something. Like I kind of want a Moo Moo wrap.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good. Another
And
bandage.
then you have Universe Ring, which who knows?
It's probably going to
and
be some
then
AoE
Flaming
clear.
Yeah, and then Flaming Spear, which I guess would be like an augment to her auto attack, and then her ultimate, which has like the best name, Wind Fire Wheels, where like it looks like from like what I saw from the data mine, she's like riding on 2 fire circles.
Yeah, it's those little
that's
in the
cool.
concept art in the chat. She like right. From what I read, someone was saying the animations that were datamined actually look like she as she approaches someone, she picks people up in a line and throws them down, and picks them up in the air and throws them down. So
Like a Rubik or something.
yeah,
That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun.
If you Google her, all of her art is so like you can tell she's a girl. It's just the picture that they posted. It just looks unisex. Like, is that a guy or a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seismic toss.
That's hard.
well, I think in the actual lore, some depicted it as a girl, some depicted it as a boy. So maybe they're leaving it for interpretation.
Yeah,
Oh.
his official Taoist name is Marshal of the Central Altar. He is given the title Third Low, so he.
Yeah, I read that as well. Yeah. Our nipples confirmed. We don't know. It looks like he will be wearing some sort of attire across his chest, so we will not have to worry about that, unless, of course, they come up with a skin in which he is shirtless. But that could be fun. So yeah, we'll probably have a lot more info next week if there's another patch. We might not be next week. Obviously they're not planning on coming out with him next week thus far. Usually we have more info by now if they were like planning for a next week release. So I don't know.
Yeah. Although, like, with Apollo, they teased it at PAX, and then, like, they didn't really say much about it, and then, like, the day before, they, like, here's Apollo, and then he's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only assume that they're going to release more tomorrow, Friday, on the stream. So
Yeah.
just depending upon how much they actually do, he may be out as late as Thursday.
They're I bet they're probably also wising up to the data miners. Like maybe we shouldn't put so much stuff in our files when we release them,
I don't think it's really a bad thing. It just kind of gets
No.
people hyped up.
It does. I agree. I think it's just free promotion.
Yeah.
Get all these people to look at this, swing animation for 20 minutes because that's all that was released, and everybody will stare at it. So, how
Yeah,
much more
like,
can you ask for?
Yeah, like, keep out the skill names and, like, skill data. Like, maybe show some particle effects. Like, I remember when Freya came out, I was like, I'm maining Freya because her particle effects are pretty. I don't know what
Yeah.
she does yet, but her particle effects are really pretty.
Those particle effects, man.
They are very pretty. They're very pretty.
Yeah.
Well, on to our next topic of the night, which is somewhere in here. All right.
ARAM?
ARAMs. Yes, we have the new. That didn't hit today, though, did it? I have not been able to find it.
No, that was yesterday, I believe.
How do you
I
get
think
it?
we got information about it. I don't think it's actually in the game yet.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. It information was released as well as the screenshot.
Yeah, they give you the
Something
screenshots of the actual ARAM itself, and
Mm-hmm.
the way I was hearing about it sounded like it was going to come out in the patch that happened this morning, but obviously not. So,
Yeah.
It
I
almost
think
didn't look like it was fully done.
I like
Yeah,
it. Though. I
there's
think
a lot.
it's more credit to hi-rez because it seems like they're really listening. Like the fact that people are trying to construct their own type of ARAM, it means they really want it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's really nice because they listen to the community for a lot of things. Like the community actually, well, some people in the community got very upset with hi-rez when they released the Feaster Bunny because they're like, that's 2 like joke skins in a row. Come on, guys, let's get serious now. It's like, but it's Easter and it's the Feaster Bunny. What can you complain about?
Oh, the Feaster Bunny. I love the Feaster Bunny.
Oh God, I love the Feaster Bunny. He's so
Feaster
creepy.
Bunny is so good.
Although he is not for those of weak constitutions on the front screen. Because he's
Yeah.
all like, jumps up on the front screen, sits there and looks at you and then is like, blah, and you're like, whoa.
He's so cute.
He is so cute. Got that
Yes,
stupid
cute.
grin. Yes, I will give that cute.
See, I'm all for joke skins as long as they're really good.
Yeah. I'm all for any skins as long as they're good. And recolors are fine too, of course. Because, they
Like,
got to
the
make their
only
money.
The only skin I don't like has been Jingle Hell, and it was kind of cool as a novelty, but now it's actually a detriment to play it because she's so loud.
That is true.
Really?
If she ever swaps stances, like, you'll hear her across the map.
And it's so obnoxious too. It gets old really
And,
quickly.
yeah, it gets old really quickly. It's like I don't like that. Like, and that kind of like felt like kind of a. It was just she got added like the little Christmas lights and new sound effect, and that was
Yeah.
it. But if they're gonna make joke skins, go all in like they did with Feaster Money. Like
Yeah.
that's a good example of something to do.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Well, maybe we'll get like a new Jingle Hell with the new art rework.
Yeah, that's what they're looking at. So I want to ask you guys, what would be your favorite? What would you make a joke skin? Cooper, what would be your god and what would be your joke skin?
Give me a sec.
Okay, I'll let everybody think about that for a second because everybody's got to stop and think.
Yeah. I think.
I think Jablanc with a
Just
Crocodile
overall.
Dundee skin. Like, you know,
What?
Jablanc with a Crocodile Dundee. He's got the bolas and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, bolas with Australians and crocodiles.
I think a 70s disco raw would be awesome.
Yes, when he does his solar beam, it's like a disco ball falls and like
Yes.
starts spinning.
Oh yes, that would be so.
Maybe you
awesome.
could do for Halloween turn Hebo into a ghost. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know.
does
Yeah.
that like arm wave thing.
He's an inflatable arm flailing tube man. He just goes all around the map, flailing his arms. That would be good.
I want the cheerleader Kali to come out, and I want the cheerleader Kali to come out with like new sound voices, where she like, because like she's really aggressive. She's like, I'm gonna rip you open and like bleed you everywhere. Like she's really like angry. But like be that as a cheerleader, like cheer her team on to like commit mass murder. Like I want that to be a thing.
GENOCIDE, go! Genocide,
She had
genocide, yay!
a cheerleading skin a while ago.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
that
first thing
last
data
one,
mined.
Yeah.
I still want it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
want
now that
a.
Ivana came out, I have renewed faith that it might come out.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
want a gentleman on her, so he has like a walking cane, and he throws the cane, and a bunch of canes
Ha-ha!
ulti. And then for his obelisk, it'll be like the Big Ben clock tower that comes out.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Top
Or like
hat
a
on the
top
pin-
hat.
or the yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. Wild West Apollo. Yeah, that's a good one. I also have heard thoughts of maybe a Marty McFly Apollo,
Marty
and he
McFly.
gets into
Oh
the
God.
DeLorean.
Ghost Rider, and he just goes up on a flaming motorcycle.
Ooh, that'd be
Yes.
good too.
Yeah, I feel like he fit a motorcycle theme pretty well because he has kind of a, like punk rock mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. The Fonz Apollo. That's a good one too.
Yeah. He's elephant.
Where he does his one. He's like, "Hey!" and shoot you. That would be good. That would be good. Matrix Apollo. Yeah. Yu Yu
Yu
Hakusho.
Hakusho.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga Neath. What would she wear?
I'm not sure where you would go with that.
I'm really sad she's getting the nurse skin. Like, why isn't Aphrodite getting that? Like, I don't quite get that decision for the skin.
That's a good
I
question.
think
Yeah.
Zeus would have a really good chef skin. Like, just like a chef, a skillet, you know.
And
like,
you know the little mushroom hat thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah. I still do think the skateboarder, you know, Poseidon and or Hell would work. I like the Hell
yeah,
because she
skateboarder.
switches her stances and she can like do different tricks when she switches the stance.
Yeah.
Be good if they could do more than 2 and have it do like 7 different ones that like cycle through when you're switching stances. That'd be good. Aquaman Poseidon. That's another. You know. Yeah.
Or
Like I
yeah,
said-
Bacchus. What would his skill set be then?
He'd be drinking water instead of wine.
Drinking sports drink and got like a
He'd
headband
be
on
all
and
tidied up and
make him thinner. He does a fist stomp instead of a belly flop.
you just shave off the beard.
Peter Griffin Bacchus. That's a good one.
Peter
Although
Griffin
I know that Bart is very, 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 very much wanting Attorney at Raw.
Attorney at Raw.
Yes,
Yes.
Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Raw.
Well, like his jokes, all this like really stupid puns. Just replace all his jokes with like you can be in a blue suit. He can be like walking out professional with like a briefcase, and then he can like just make a whole bunch of attorney jokes.
Oh yes, Iron Man Raw. That
Oh,
looks
I'd
like a
buy
good
that.
one.
Yes. Yeah, because Ra doesn't have enough skins.
No, he does not.
He's becoming the Teemo.
He
Oh,
is.
Smite.
Oh god.
I love
That
that.
name just brings up so many emotions.
Dude, go look at my match history. I just got to Silver 2 with Teemo. Love him.
Oh man, I haven't played League in forever. Like I kind of want to go play ranked just to see where I would fall in the League system. But like at the same time, it's so much time dedication to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
the game takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, speaking of things that happen in other games, did you guys see the Reddit post that Derby made today?
Yeah, I did.
I think it's removed now. I can't find
Really?
it. Yeah. It looks
No,
like
it's on the
someone's-
front page. And
That's
it's the
there.
first
Oh,
one.
it's the top-
I'm on the front
top one.
page.
It's the
Why?
top one. I'm
Yeah.
It
right
says
now.
DDoS offer. I mean, what can you miss?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So,
Plumber Vulcan. I like it.
So for guys who haven't seen it,
Wasn't there.
you can go check out Reddit. You know, it's the top one. It's a post by Derby. It says, "Find out who's doing the DDoS and locations, and I'll pay you $2,000." Pretty
You
much.
heard it. There it is.
That's
Yeah.
so.
I mean, I got DDoS yesterday, and I went and looked up, and I can confirm that he's using a botnet. So just by knowing that, like, you really can't do anything, because
Yeah.
basically he's sending his computers making a request to a ton of computers to DDoS, and so you being DDoS, you will never find that original IP, and therefore it's impossible for you to find him.
I was
Yeah.
sitting there at work and I had typed in, it was when no comments were there, and I had typed in, you know, I love you, Jerby, but are you going to make me say it? And I sat there for about an hour with tire slashing, like just sat there, and then I decided against it.
Well, and, like every thread that he's like been involved in, like one of the top comments is involved like tire slashing.
Yep. He just needs to own it and rock it.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I told him when we were at PAX that he should make a alt to do viewer games with and just call it /tires, and like
Yep.
play Loki and all the other
Yep.
gods with wet, like sharp objects.
Exactly. Although when we were at PAX, we were debating on dressing up as some tires that had a sign on it that says "Don't slash me, bro."
Oh my god.
But we didn't have anything readily available to make said costume out of, or else we totally
Oh
would have
god,
done
I
it.
already know what Sparrow just linked.
Oh, Spray, what did you link? Oh,
regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
Oh my god.
I like how that's still like on demand. Like if you talk about it, that gets like linked instantly.
Yeah, like Woggle Cooper.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Now do Cooper. I kind of already did it earlier, so don't worry.
Yes, I
Coop.
did Woggle Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So what's the story behind the tire slashing?
Richard Lewis.
We once upon a
What's the
time
story?
had Derby on our show, and we had Richard Lewis, who was taking him to task on some things he had said, and then he had said, what was the exact quote? It was like, you know, if I see, he was like, if I see you, and then I think Richard was like, well, what are you going to do if you see me? And he's like, man, I'm going to slash your freaking tires or something. It was something to that effect.
Yeah.
And so
if I ever see
it's
you at a
just been-
convention, I'll slash your tires.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Scythe man, I have plenty of high graphical games I can send you. Just let me know if you want any of them. I'll be glad to give them to you.
Wow. As everybody might not know, Scytheman, who is mid lane for BLG NA, is unable to play due to computer that is no longer, it is a potato, and it is a rock, because it doesn't do anything else that's useful. Although
Yeah.
it's probably less useful than a potato because he can't even eat it if he was hungry.
I mean, he could eat it, just wouldn't. He might not make it through the morning.
Depends on what parts. What is the most poisonous part of a computer?
I'd
The
imagine.
computer.
The whole
I'd
thing?
actually imagine it'd probably be the CPU because it has thermal paste on it.
Oh yeah, thermal paste mess you up. But then, so will something slashing up your insides, which is
Yeah.
pretty much
Well,
the
assuming you
other
could
part.
grind it down into a powder and, like, consume it, would the, like...
That would be any part of the computer.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
there is no mercury in it, is there?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
Hmm.
I don't know. Is there? I'm gonna
I
look
don't
know.
at
Maybe
I'm
not,
sure.
maybe not the newer stuff, but
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah, but-
in Scythe, man.
I know it's in like monitors, but
Yeah, the old mercury. Only massive diarrhea.
Yeah. It'd be like
Apparently
grinding
printed circuit boards, so that would be the motherboard.
Yeah, printed
Yeah.
circuit boards will kill you. They use a lot of awful chemicals in those.
Shut the door.
That's all right. You don't eat them, so it's all good.
And just don't eat the computer. Like,
that's-
eat the potato instead.
Heavy metal poisoning is probably what'll get you. Glad we've had this conversation today. This is great. This is great.
Yeah, yes.
What does that have to do with Smite again?
Oh, everything. Everything.
Time for call-ins?
Yes, you guys can
Yes.
call us up over
Definitely.
on one of these sides over here next to me. Smite Talk.
Over
And,
there. He has a mustache.
I believe it is 2 words.
Nope, it's one word.
It's 1 word.
You can
Smite
search
Talk.
2 words. It'll probably bring it up. I'm sure we're the only Smite talk on Skype.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure about that.
So, call us up if you have any questions for us or our awesome panel up here, and we will have you on. I'm sure Demon has the other Skype ready and waiting for you guys.
Oh, of course. Of course. I am prepared. Unlike any other day of the week. So I guess I'll talk about our other shows real quick that we do run. I run Deicide on Wednesdays at 2 in the afternoon. It is a pro panel with people like PonPon and Zapman and Sturmies or Scytheman, these guys from the big name teams. Ooh, excuse me. And we just kind of discuss Smite. And then, of course, at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, we have the Smite Community Show with hi-rez Duke.
Oh, I actually have, I guess, a mini announcement while we wait for a call. I was talking, and I think I'm going to be doing a new show on the Smite Games channel, which is like Teaching Tuesdays is
awesome.
the tentative title, where I'm going to like play one god that the viewers want me to play, and I'm going to like play the crap out of it and explain everything I'm doing, how the god plays, what to do, what to note, stuff like that.
It's really cool.
So that's just something
That's awesome.
I'm planning on doing. So we'll see how that goes.
All
nice.
right.
Do you know who you're going to start with?
I have no idea. I
should
guarantee you I'm going to get Freya or Thor or Herc as like what people want me to play and explain.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, definitely Freya, because, man,
All right. We have our callers here. Let me get our first one up. Yes, if you would like to call us, best way to do it is just to message me and say you would like to call in, and then I will get you in the queue. Kret, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How's it going, guys?
Good, good. Can everybody else hear him okay?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, go ahead.
So, first of all, PonPon, I want to thank you for hanging out with all of us at the Beyond the Rift before PAX, because I still have Pon luck. It's great. I think I got like a double kill and escaped with 20 health today or something.
Fancy.
It's a real thing.
It
I know
is.
it's totally a thing. Even though I don't actually believe it's luck. It's just all leaving at the right time. Let's see. I haven't called in a while. Cooper, you're short. Drybear, I haven't ever actually talked to you, but it's a pleasure to be in the same
Is this a
sort
question?
of Skype call
Yes.
with you.
Yes, Kret.
I
Would you
don't
like to ask
actually
a
have any
question?
questions. I just wanted to
I love
say
you too.
hi.
Well, hi. Hi, Kret.
Yeah. And, yeah, I'm bored. So,
what is your
I guess
question,
that's
sir?
it.
Kret,
I do believe
what
now
would
is when
you...
you click that hang up button.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
All right,
Bye.
later, Kret. Our first troll of the day.
Oh my! Wow.
Oh, that was great. I love that.
That's the end of the show. Thanks for tuning in.
He's this close to being named Baz. This
Oh
close.
man.
All right, we will get our next caller on
Oh man!
as soon as he
Whoa.
answers.
You just wanted to say
He's
hi.
playing shy.
Hey, before we get the caller in, we have 235 viewers. That's awesome. You
I
guys,
agree.
if you guys are new, hit the follow button because we do this every week, Thursday at 9, and then of course Demon shows at Wednesday. So
Yes. So, Mr. Zori.
Yeah.
Good, you are there.
Well, I just wanted to say hi, first of all, to everyone, famous players of Smite, but I'm wondering if anybody has any date when the real Smite will come out,
You mean like the release
July.
date?
and what will happen to all, all the things you have done to Smite. Will you reset the level, or
No.
is it just releasing?
everything's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
It's releasing in July. The only thing that may change is if you've done ranked games. The elo that you've acquired may change, but I don't know if that's directly at release or a little bit after. But
Yeah.
everything you've unlocked will stay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, thank you.
No problem. No problem.
And, have a good night, and thank you for calling me.
Oh, no problem.
Bye.
Thanks.
Have a good-
Yes, anything that you get in the game currently, you will be able to keep. All favor, all gems, all stuff you earn is yours forever until the game is gone in the dust
Yeah,
of
the only-
time.
For any,
Yeah, Elo's about it.
Yeah, the only thing that might change is Elo.
and for any new players or people that haven't heard, there's a God pack for $30 that if you buy it, you get gods from now forever. So, if you hate grinding champions in League of Legends or anything like that, spend $30 and you get everything.
I think it's even much simpler than that. This deal is so good. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you're gonna play Smite for more than a little
Hold
bit,
on.
it's just so good to get it.
Like I got Bioshock for what? I played it for like 8 hours.
Yeah,
Played
sure.
for 8
Hold on.
hours and I spent $60, and I've
Yeah.
played Smite for a few thousand.
Yep. All right, Mr. Marnino, how are you?
I'm doing alright. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great. Doing great.
So, go ahead.
What is
It's
your
it's
question,
Marine
sir?
Blaze. That's how you pronounce it.
Say again? What is your
There's
question,
what?
sir? Did he give up?
I think he gave up. I heard something about Smite Marine. Maybe he was
Mr.
asking about.
Drybear. What is your
Waiting for it?
You can do it. You can do it.
Don't want to laugh.
hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Okay. Can everyone hear me, or what's going on there?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Sir.
Okay, my question is to Drybear.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi?
Uh,
Go ahead.
What is your opinion on the balance between Death Knights and Warriors going on right now? Do you think Death Knights are doing too much, or do you think, like, I don't understand what... I mean, I just feel like Warriors aren't as good as Death Knights at the moment in the game. What do you think, Drybear?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
This
Very
is
nice.
what comes with lots of viewers.
Oh, yeah. It's what
Always
happens.
those one or two.
It
You
is.
should have screwed with the questions beforehand. Like,
Well-
what's the question you're gonna ask?
I feel like he would have lied.
Yeah, oh, of course. They just say, well, I'm going to ask about the balance of Smite, and then they do that. I mean, there's not really a whole lot you can do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Why?
As a mage, I hated Death Knight. So
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
What is your question, sir?
I thought it was a woman.
Not sure.
You're getting the best callers
I
tonight.
am! It's amazing!
Yes. Hello. How you doing? Hi.
Just go on to the next one. Just
All
go
right.
on to the next one.
Is this
Hey!
Braun?
Yeah, this is Aiden. Aiden, what
How's
do you
it
want?
going? Demon, I got a question for you. I got a fever, and I gotta know.
Just go
What's
on to the
your
next
favorite
one.
beer?
Just go on to the
Like-
next one. I know he has a fever for the flavor. I'm not going to tell you what
That's a
it is.
serious
so-
question. What's your favorite beer?
Oh, what's my favorite beer? I actually don't really drink beer. It's a shame.
Okay.
I have trolled the troller, thank you.
Bon voyage, sir.
Ugh.
I'm having a good time.
That's actually a pretty good impression.
I can't.
Let's make something clear. Questions pertaining to Smite, or what any of these guys in this call do. Not for a living, but in relation to Smite. So
Or at least something that ends in a question mark. let's start at the foundation there. And move on up.
I mean, technically, if they just say screw grammar, anything could end in a question mark.
It's true. Inflection. That's all you gotta use.
Assholes?
Flexing, guys.
Potato
Assholes?
chips.
I said apples.
I thought you said assholes. I was like, what?
Sounded like
It's terrible.
that upward inflection.
Terrible.
Well, at least one of you work at Chippendales. That's
All right,
Alright, Mr. Red Flag.
I got a question for all of you. If you
uh-oh.
could take one skin that one god has and change it to another god, which one would it be and why?
Digimir. Digimir, change it to anyone. It'll be awesome.
This is true.
DG Cupid.
No, you take
Digicube would be
Digimir,
awesome.
you put it on Apollo, and then he gets on a light cycle and drives away.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be
Digi
awesome.
on anyone is awesome.
Yeah,
Skin and put it on someone else.
I want Obsidian Shard on Hercules, and he throws like a giant crystal
that's a good one too.
crystalline rock that just shatters.
Yeah.
I think because I've been playing Bioshock Infinite. I kind of want the Death Machine to be on Thor because I imagine Thor walking around with like glowing eyes is like an Ottoman, just walking around like beating on people. I think that'd be cool.
So either Feaster Monkey or Dominatrix Bacchus.
Oh God, It's going to be horrible.
Oh, Bacchus in a
God.
G-string. That would be great. All right. Well, thank you very much for your call, sir.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bah. That's all the people must do. All the people must do.
The calls tonight, I swear.
I think that was a good question. I like that question.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anatoly asks, with the game coming out near July and the YouTube video that showed Hyrock being interviewed by Richard Lewis saying that DreamHack was the $100,000 tournament, is there any actual evidence from hi-rez to solidly... he made a sentence that is unreadable. Anyway, basically, is that true?
Is there any validation to this?
Yes, we'll go with any validation.
I watched it, and it
Solidify.
sounded almost like a slip-up or a mistake. I can't imagine them putting that big of a tournament solely in Europe because, I mean, the big teams are NA right now. I mean, anything's possible, but I don't know if that's going to be greatly beneficial for the game as being the first 100K tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I know a few things, but like as far as like where the 100K is and as far as like release date, there's nothing really set in stone. I'm sure they have something, but I don't know, and I know a fair amount of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they're keeping it very,
anything.
very tied down. The one thing I do want to say is I'm pretty darn sure I can safely say that it's probably going to be North American side because they're not going to want to fly out the entire hi-rez staff to Europe to run something when they can run it here for a lot cheaper. Very likely. I mean, I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but you look at the logistics of everything. A lot of the teams are North American side, stuff like that. It's probably going to be North American based.
When's PAX Prime? That would be
it is in September.
August 31st.
August
Yeah,
31st.
it's August 31st to the 2nd.
I feel like that would be a much better option.
Ooh, I don't know if
alienate EU because that's like West Coast.
Yeah, that's like way far away. I don't know how much they're going to want to do another tournament at a convention because there's a lot of stuff. Like you were there, PonPon. You saw the logistical loopholes we had to jump through to get anything to happen. So
True. I feel like with the 100K tournament more on the line, though, that they might pressure it more and get more what they want, though. But who knows?
Yeah.
Very likely.
Even the league
mean,
booth, as
100K.
much as they had like a hold on it, like they had a pretty small booth because they had to fit everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I think that they would probably like to use their own venue, maybe, and I would see my prediction would be they'll probably do something in Atlanta, use a hotel or convention center there, like rent it out for the 100K, and like maybe partner with some people to do some other special things there also, and run it like that. They may even use Dragon Con. I mean, Revel, that Dragon Con's a massive, nerd convention, and it's, a good excuse to rent out a hotel.
Yeah. I mean, last year they did something at QuakeCon. I see a couple more smaller tournaments coming on the way.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a couple more dry runs, so to speak, because, we had the different little problems we had at PAX and stuff like that. We want to iron those out and get them all very smooth before we
And
take
that was
on.
the first time, so live and
Oh
learn.
man, that night when we found out that the tournament didn't start at 4 p.m. but it started at like 11, we called Best so many times his phone died while he was asleep.
That was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you were
That
there
was
when
terrifying.
you were there when everybody when we were told it starts at 10:30 and we're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
everyone
at
was
10:30, I was like,
All of us sitting there at the bar. Come again?
yeah.
All right, let's get on the internet.
Yep.
Spam. Yes. All right, so we'll get on to our next caller here, who has a real question. who has a real question when he picks up the phone. Mr. Bulldog, are you there?
Yes.
Fantastic. What is your question, sir?
All right. As players and admins, as I know, Cooper is the admin for IGL. How do you feel as these new leagues, Smite Star League, and these new tournaments, Smiters tournaments, will affect the old tournaments?
It depends. It depends on what the new ones are willing to put out. It's always great seeing new competition and everything, but quite frankly, me speaking for the players, if these organizations aren't putting out, there's really no reason to go to them. So, as long as they're putting out things greater or worth, not necessarily money, but product that is worth equal value, then we may see them switching over, and those older organizations start to die out.
Yeah, I mean, players like people who put out.
I'm just going to say, it sounds like a great analogy for marriage as well, or, life in general. Not just games.
If they don't put out, then over the long term, it's just not where you want to be.
Revel, your camera's messing up something fierce, and you're like half transparent. It's hilarious.
Well, as long as you can hear me, I'm okay.
Nice. Does that answer your question, Bulldog?
Yeah, and then PonPon, how do you feel as the best feeding on your team?
Best feed so much. Actually, we looked up an image. There is a Best Buffet in New York right by Zap and Sparks, and I think they're going there this weekend to have lunch. So they're going to get at the best. That is an actual thing that's happening.
Thank you guys, thank you.
That's great.
No problem,
Yeah, there's plenty of places that are doing startup tournaments. Like, I know BO Gaming, we run 1.5 tournaments right now. And there's a lot of other people I've tripped with.
1.5? How does how does the joust count as a half?
Well, it's not a 5v5.
Okay. It's still a tournament.
Maybe a fifth then?
Yeah, 20%.
Yeah. See, look at that. You're terrible, Matt. Good God.
Yeah, fine. I was gonna say it got that extra half because you have people at brackets and everything. But
okay. So Das Distortic, are you there, sir?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Okay, so my question here pertains to balance. Do you guys feel, in terms of cripple, how Thor can say uses Major's attunement to teleport out? Do you feel it's fair that he can use this as an escape mechanic, or it needs to be affected by cripple the same as leaps?
I do.
Yeah.
Because it's plain simple, it's his ultimate. Jumps and leaps and dashes, they're all on not necessarily short cooldowns, but obviously shorter than ultimates, and they can be used a little bit more. You can position those a lot better to engage than Thor's ultimate, where you have the startup time to jump up, and then you kind of have to position it, and it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. Where a jump, you just kind of get in there, and you can put out the damage as soon as you land. So it's a little bit different.
Are you talking about his one or his ult?
His ult.
Well, I think you're talking about.
Yeah, he's asking about his one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I heard
that.
ultimate.
Yeah.
My bad.
For like Mjolnir's ultimate and Loki's ultimate, I think it kind of makes sense that cripple doesn't affect them because they're teleporting. They're not really jumping or dashing.
True.
And so I'm a big fan of like Anubis's grasping hands getting cripple. But like if you think about it, it's like the hands would be grabbing onto them and holding on. That wouldn't stop Mjolnir's attunement from teleporting him out. It wouldn't stop Loki from teleporting out. It would stop people from leaping or dashing out because they can't move, or like they're chained to the ground. So I think thematically they shouldn't be affected, and it really shouldn't punish Loki that much for his ultimate.
Yeah.
Like if there was no if like Loki didn't have that on his ultimate and that was more on his one or something, like a little small blink, then fine. But if you're gonna make one teleport that's an ultimate not be affected by it, and it shouldn't be affected by it, you can't make Thor's also be affected by it. So I think it's fine.
All right. Well, thank you.
I agree. Thank you for your call, sir. And you can get this delicious beer here. It's called a Red Bridge, made by our friends over at Anheuser-Busch. If you'd like to send some money our way for our free advertising, we're okay with that. But yes, it is delicious. On to our next caller.
Yes, Mr. Big Boss, are you there?
Sponsorship.
From Anheuser-Busch in a second.
I would agree. Big Boss, are you there?
Yes.
Good. So,
Good question, sir.
My question goes to PonPon.
What do you think of Helmet? Is she viable?
Hell mid, I think she is viable. The biggest problem she has, and the reason why you don't see her picked over Ao Kuang, Agni, and Poseidon, is she has to get a lot closer than they do, and they kind of slightly outclass her. So the reason why you don't see her played is because there's enough mids that outclass her that she doesn't get picked. It doesn't mean she's bad. It just means that like you're better off with an Agni or a Poseidon or an Ao Kuang. And I think that's fine. You're not at a huge detriment if you pick her. You just have to pick a comp around it.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's fine.
Cool.
That's
Well,
why
that
I-
answered his question because he hung up. So I would say that worked. Fantastic. Let's see. All right, all you people who haven't added me to the contact list, you have to call me if you want me to answer. All you people who have, you can just send me a message, and that will work. That will work. So you guys enjoying question and answer time, even with the trolls?
Oh yeah, I personally like the trolls.
Yes,
I don't want them to
quite.
continue, but like one of them was like really. I laughed really hard.
All right,
I
Mr.
laughed really hard.
Mr. Roje, how are you? Can you hear us, Cookie Monster?
So it begins.
Dun 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 dun.
He's getting his soundboard active.
Yes, he is.
Hello.
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 Is this like a mysterious circumstance that we can hear you now? You have to mute the stream if you call me, okay? First rule of things, you have to mute the stream because you're going to hear us like 6 seconds before we say anything on the stream.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, so
Question,
basically
sir.
this is very strange.
What?
It's very strange.
Alright, you have a strange
Well,
question.
basically,
Where's
I can't hear you
strange
through the
think we
Smite
can
call.
do it?
You don't hear us through the Smite call?
I can hear you on the stream.
Right, right.
So change your settings?
Yeah, that's all I can say. Because I know that I have my sound going.
6-second delayed question. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Skype call.
No.
That's why I meant. I'm dumb. Basically, this is really weird. I can hear myself.
Yes, you
God damn
can.
it. Okay, I'm gonna get over done with because this is so strange, right? So, right. Basically, well, what do you feel about Arachne not being viable for competitions?
Fair enough. PonPon, I guess this is to you and Drybear.
Was the question?
What was the question?
Why
I
isn't
am
Arachne
dumb
viable
ass.
for
Why
competitive play?
do you
Yes.
think Arachne can be?
Do I think Arachne can be? Not with her current skill set. She just lacks. She lacks enough that she can't be good.
Well,
she's a
yeah,
great pub
because like
stomper.
she's just like
So troll, so troll. I should not have closed that. Fuck.
I think
okay.
if you build her tanky, like she's got that tanky aspect and just the damage output from her poison, that she's just like so awesome.
Yeah, like if you look at my match history, I've played her a lot. She's my most played champion. She's above Kali. Like I've played her the most out of any god I've ever played. So I've played her a ton, and I know she's really good. I know what she's capable of. She has really good jungle clear. It's just when it comes to a team fight, she doesn't bring enough, and it's because her ultimate, as good as the ultimate is, why wouldn't I play Hercules or Sobek? Their pulls are better, and they aren't ultimates. And I think that's a big problem. And I was talking with Lionheart about this earlier, and I wouldn't mind seeing her ultimate become just a skill for her, like her 1, 2, or 3, and like make her web her ultimate and make it like this giant web that like gives her like augmented stats and like she can skitter around on it and like maybe like baby spiders
invisible.
occasionally pop out. Like she can do some crazy stuff on it. Like I think that would be better for her because it would make her team fight good. And you could just make the pull slightly slower and slightly more hard to hit on a slightly lower cooldown, and it'd be fine. It'd be like Sobek has a better pull and Hercules has a better pull.
She needs like more of a. I don't know.
She needs
I
like a
think she needs-
rework.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard because she's really strong early on, and she's really strong towards the mid game, and she's probably one of the best 1v1 solo skirmish type gods. Like she's really, really strong in a 1v1, especially with that silence and that heal. But it's just like when a team fight starts, if like the enemy team is well put together and they're paying attention, they have good positioning and good interaction, like there's not a whole lot she can contribute with. She gets a good pull for maybe an early pick, but if the team fight starts, there's nothing you can do. I guess is my sound messing up?
No, it's fine. You were just roboting a little bit there. It's nothing bad.
Yeah, like the biggest problem with that pull is she has to expose herself, and like it's really hard to pull a backline squishy. You're generally gonna pull like if anyone like a Ymir, and you don't want to pull Ymir.
Yes, bring me closer.
Sobek can like walk up to the enemy team, spin people away, and then pull a squishy. Arachne just can't do that, and so like it's really weird having this pull that's not as good as like a Sobek pull, and it's an ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just really the wind up. Like it's just. There's not really much you can do with that. And by the way, I realized it's actually my speakers was down to low because I'm dumb.
It's all right. It's all right.
And well, yeah, I guess I answered my question. Thank you. And see earlier on when you were talking about Neza, there's actually like a whole thing where he changes like his genders somehow. Like so he can be a he, she, or an it.
Oh, nice.
I can say she and not feel bad.
Yeah. Yes. Very nice.
Oh, good. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. I figured out the problem with the DDoSing and how to solve it. Easy solution. Easy solution. Best solution ever. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for this? We need the fans to just start making dozens of Skype accounts that are called Drybear and PonPon and Zapman and stuff like that. All name them Drybear, all name them PonPon, so it will take him a freaking month to figure out which one's the right one. Problem solved. Get lost in the mix.
Yeah,
Then
I'm actually gonna make a new Skype.
Has them.
Because they brought my attention to this because there's this lovely gentleman trying to call me that has tried to call me as it was Big whatever his name was earlier. I can actually tell you what it was earlier. Hold on. It was Big Boss, and then he was Anatoly, and now he's Shing. So I'm not going to answer the call because I know who you are because it saves it in the chat logs. So and also I know Anatoly and Shing, and I have them on Skype, and I know what their Skype icons look like too. So that. And he's calling me again, so, same difference. So I guess we'll get our next caller on who is not Shing.
Before the next caller, someone said, and a lot of people say this, is don't use Skype. It's really hard not to use Skype because a lot of tournaments force us to get on Skype. A lot of people force us to get on Skype. A lot of people who aren't getting DDoSed want us to get on Skype to do picks and bans, and so we kind of have to use Skype.
Yeah.
I don't like Skype. I never used Skype before, like, playing Smite competitively, but we kind of have to. We're kind of forced to, and it's really unfortunate. And a lot of people, I know the person who gave out my Skype name. I don't want to call them out, but I know who did it, and it's really hard to avoid that because I have to give out my Skype name to people.
Yeah. Like, one reason I do it this way is so that way all the people calling in don't know your Skype name is because you're on a whole different computer, which is nice.
Yep. It's not even just about Skype either. I mean, there's other ways. Getting IPs is easy. I mean, if you are crafty enough, you can get IPs from a stream. Like, the fact that they're streaming, you can get it off of that. Like, if you're good enough. It's not easy, but there's ways to do it. You can get it from Twitch chat. You can get it from multiple different ways. Skype is the easiest because Skype is just a dirty hoe and gives away everything. Like, she doesn't really protect anything.
Well, I mean, we're in a call right now, and I have TCP view, which is really good for, like, seeing if I'm getting DDoS and, like, who's doing it and what the IPs are. But I just loaded it up, and I see everyone's IP that we're talking to right now. So, like, that's how easy it is. I literally did that in 2 seconds. It's really absurdly easy to do. And that's the problem with Skype.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes down to hiring Jerby to find these people, and everything will be fixed.
No, just the bounty on his head. That's all. That's all. So we have our caller here, Mr. Matthew. Are you there?
Hey, yeah.
Fantastic.
I was just gonna throw you guys a question of if you guys could create a kit, what would it be? What would you want in it?
Create a new god in a kit, like a new kit for a random god.
Yeah, just like any god. But what kind of kit would you make for it?
I like that. That's a good question.
Can we go to like another question, and while we answer the other question, start thinking about it?
Yeah.
No worries.
We'll answer your question. Do you have another question?
I'll just jump off and.
Okay.
I have a question that I saw in chat about 20 minutes.
Thank you,
ago.
sir.
This one was for Drybear, and one of your many fans from the world of YouTube was asking when are they going to see different kinds of content from your channel, or if they will see different kinds of content from your channel.
It comes down to just availability. I mean, most people don't know, but I work. I go to school full time, and then like doing the late night streams on Smite Game is a challenge for me. So it's just Like I don't sleep a lot, and I'm always working, and I'm not always home. So it's just availability. Like I think this summer when I get more free time, I'll be doing a lot of guides, and I have a series that I've been working on and trying to finish. And I just need to get on it and try and work on it a little bit every day. But I have plans for a lot of series. It just comes down to time availability.
Yep. So what everything boils down to with everything is time.
Really
Unfortunately.
does. I mean, I'm sure I'm keeping up the person that's in the hotel room right next to me because these walls are paper thin. But I do it for you guys.
That man.
So,
All right.
that question that he asked, Kit, little bit of a rant. All right, 3 things I want to see. I want to see more interesting skill shots. And what I mean by that is I want to see curved skill shots. I want to see charged up skill shots. Anything of that nature. I want to see Teemo shrooms in the game.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I want to see some sort of placeable object.
Yeah.
You mean like a trap, like sort of like
whether it be
Artemis?
a trap, Caitlyn trap. More Artemis traps, but not just like one. I want it to be spread over the map, and then I want to see a health-based god, something that will decrease a different sort of energy than mana. So that's my kit.
You mean like a rage god or something like that, where they build off rage?
or every ability uses health, and he has a way to gain health back, something like that.
Vladimir type thing, or
yeah.
Okay.
I was a big fan of Riven, and I was a big fan of Karma. I wouldn't mind seeing a system kind of like that, where it's really just a cooldown-based champion with like really small movement skills, like really small dashes, combo abilities, like where you can use a skill 3 times really rapidly, or like you can like space it out. And I wouldn't mind seeing an ultimate that what it does is either like you can charge up a skill, so you pop the ult and your next skill does something additional, or you, for like 10 seconds, all your skills are doing something different. Like, I would love a god that has kind of like that type of... It's really cooldown based, no energy based, no... it could be energy based, just not mana based.
Yeah.
Like, Hell's kind of like that, but not exactly. She has like 2 different skill sets, and she's not really a movement god. She's not a combo god. She just kind of has 6 skills. But that's not really what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean like land this, then do this, and it's almost kind of Jablanc-esque, where he can land the poison darts and then do extra damage with the Rising Jaguar, stuff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing like a mini leap, like a really quick leap that's not really even a leap. And then if you pop your ultimate, you can like use that 2 or 3 times. Like, so you can do like a mini leap onto them and then mini leap back, or a mini leap on top of someone and then like run over to a wall and like mini leap over and use your ultimate there. Like, I want ultimates that augment your skills, and I want multiple cast skills. Like, I was really happy to see Ares Chain, but it was kind of lackluster in how that wasn't really that great of a combo.
So you want similar to and I forget.
If they copied
his name.
Riven, I'd be happy.
Okay.
I kind of want Invoker too. Invoker like sounds really fun.
Oh god, that'd be so much fun.
I know they probably will never
No
make
Rebel,
Invoker,
come back.
But
This Rebel.
he was trolling the camera too hard.
Yeah, and now he's trolling ours, because if he leaves, that goes all the cameras, because he's the one that's got the premium one.
Yep.
All right, well, let's
dark right now.
get onto it. Yeah, it's because it's like we're in the tentative time where you might lose all of your cameras because one of you is not paying for it. Something like that. So we do have our next caller up. Dazer, are you there?
Yeah, hello. I was just wondering about what you guys think about Aphrodite used in like competitive play. Like, my team, we've been trying to think of a way to use her effectively, but we haven't really found a way yet. So I was just wondering what you guys think of it.
Well, she's kind of like there's a lot of support tanks, and she's actually the first full support. I think one of the biggest user mid liner. One of the biggest downsides of Aphrodite is she can't really protect herself too well. Especially in like the laning phase or anything like that. It's very easy to jump on Aphrodite specifically and kill her. I think in the mid lane, or in the mid game and the late game, she's really strong and she can be utilized effectively. But early on, her ult doesn't last very long, and she can't peel for herself if she's attached to anybody. So she's not really, like, I don't know, it's easier to shut her down, and then once she's shut down, she's not a tank, so she can't really absorb damage. She needs levels.
I'm going to make this interesting and completely disagree with you. So here we go. She is really, really strong. She is probably broken. She is probably OP, and I expect her to be ban material coming up this next week. She is not hard to. She's not easy to kill early. She has a huge heal that if she just levels it, it's literally impossible to trade with her. She has really high damage output, and when paired with certain gods, it makes it instant kill comps. And the purpose of the ultimate early on is literally there to absorb 1 CC or 1 damage spell. And a lot of comps rely on 1 CC, 1 damage spell, and if that's gone, their entire chance to win the lane is gone. Moving later on, you still have this heal that's incredibly powerful. You still have, like, later on a 2-second CC immunity, damage immunity. You have a range stun that augments damage. You just have a lot that you bring to the table. If anything, her only weak point is going to be at 40 minutes. And that's about it. Because at that point, everyone's full build, and her squishiness will then finally show. But
Okay.
I think she's probably broken. She's probably OP. Like, she was already okay, and then they upped her bird damage, and that just made it so now you can't trade with her in lane, and that was her only weakness.
Right. Okay, so what kind of gods would you say you have to pair her with then?
Anyone with a good leap or a good initiate, Odin Aphrodite lane would be really powerful because that's just a lot of burst. Bacchus Aphrodite, and then you can go like an interesting more damage comp on the right. You can toss her mid, although I don't like mid because you're taking away from Agni. And even though I like mid Aphrodite, Agni Fed is probably more important for if the game goes to 35 minutes.
Yeah.
An interesting little thing that I'm sure not a lot of people know is if you don't level your 1 ever, and you try to use her ultimate, you will not get any effectiveness out of it. You have to have at least 1 point into her her soulmate, in order for her ultimate to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Did they actually fix that? Because they mentioned something about it in this patch. I don't know.
I don't think they did. I haven't played her since the patch, but...
I think I think just people haven't had enough time to play her yet, so I think she's going to be really strong.
Okay, cool. All right, well, one thing I want to do now, thank you for your question. Was that all of them? Yes, it was. He hung up. So now that we're kind of hit this little spot here with the cameras and stuff, this gives me a perfect time to stop the show, the recording of the show for the YouTube, because we're going to run up on 2 hours here soon. And I don't want it to be an eternity for anybody watching. And then we'll just keep going with Q&A as long as people feel like doing it. So that, and I also would like to get up out of my chair and move somewhere. So... yes, I will end the recording here. If you would like to join in with this massive Q&A kind of things, if you're watching the VOD and you want to do it, you got to show up here Thursdays at 9. And thank you all people who are here joining us, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. We're not really going to go anywhere, but I'm just going to do that. Yay!